Hey everybody, and welcome back to Christ Tube. Today we're talking about the wall of Jericho and just pretty much the story of Jericho. So this is one of my favorite Bible stories ever. So I'm super excited to share it with you guys. So let's get started. Okay guys, so today's scripture is Joshua 6:3-5. And then same in Joshua 6, verse 20, and also verse 27. So we're kind of jumping around just a little bit. So we'll start off with verse 3. March around the city once with all the armed men. Do this for 6 days. Have 7 priests carry trumpets of ram's horns in front of the ark. On the 7th day, march around the city 7 times, with the priests blowing the trumpets. When you hear them, sound a long blast on the trumpets. Have the whole army give a loud shout. Then the wall of the city will collapse, and the army will go up, everyone straight in. So now to 20. When the trumpets sounded, the army shouted, and the sound of the trumpets, when the man gave a loud shout, the wall collapsed. So everyone charged straight in, and they took the city. Now, lastly, 27. So the Lord was with Joshua, and his fame spread throughout the land. Okay, guys, I know what you're thinking. This is a hair bit confusing. So let's dig a little deeper. So to fully understand this lesson, we're going to have to take a few steps back in the Bible and a few books in the Bible back to Exodus, chapter 3, verse 8. So I have come down to rescue them from the hand of the Egyptians and to bring them out of that land into good and spacious land, a land flowing with milk and honey. So I, meaning God, is going to take the Israelites, out of the land they're currently living in. So the land they're currently living in is Egypt, and they are slaves to the Egyptians. So a land flowing with milk and honey, which, let's be honest, milk and honey is delicious, is definitely going to be better than slavery. So God told Moses that he was going to take his people out of Egypt and into an amazing land. So Jericho is part of that amazing land. But, slight problem, there's already people living in Jericho. So, big group of people wants to live in Jericho, but there's already another group of people living in Jericho. So God, the big, awesome, loving God he is, gives these people chances to, go ahead and leave. But the problem was, the people living in Jericho thought that the land was theirs. Well, obviously, God created the land. Nothing here is ours. Even though, you bought the property, but it's not technically yours. Did you make the land? No, it's God's. So God gave him chances. Obviously, he gives everybody chances. Second, thirds, million chances. But they refuse to move. So here comes the marching and the knocking down of the walls. Let's dig a little deeper. So some pretty big points in this story is I just love Joshua. So Joshua is the leader of the Israelites at this time. I love his faith. If I were to tell you to walk around, let's just paraphrase, to walk around, the Eiffel Tower 4 times and shout, "Go!" and it falls, and I say it's going to fall, would you believe me? That seems like a pretty big task to crash or to make the Eiffel Tower fall down. I would be a little skeptical. But Joshua didn't ask any questions. He's just like, "Okay, Lord, let's do it." And I just think that's a great role model right there for this nation. Don't we all test God, be like, "Hey, I don't know." We're all skeptical and we all make mistakes, but that would have been a great role model and a great attitude for that nation, just to see that Joshua's just like, "Okay, Lord, let's do it." And I think sometimes in situations we need to have that attitude too. Like, I don't know, this is a pretty big nation we're going up against, but Lord, you got this, let's just do it, you know? So I think Joshua had some amazing faith, and I strive to have that kind of faith too, just to be like, Lord, I'm ready for whatever path you take me on. So the last point I'm going to make today, I think we're gonna learn about another special lady next week, but the last point I'm going to make today is, I mean, come on, how powerful is our God? I mean, he brought down a wall. Like, I'm not just saying like, oh yeah, like a 6x4 wall, like, oh yeah, I think I could probably take a hammer and make that come down. No, we're talking colossal wall, like square wall. Pretty powerful. That's how powerful our God is. Isn't that amazing? A God who can tear down, I don't know, a 300-foot wall. I don't know the exact measurements, but it's huge. Okay, it's a big city, so, I mean, the wall going around the city would have to be big. That he tore that down for his people. How humbling and how, I don't know, it just makes you give those, like, warm feelings inside that, you know, our God is powerful, and he can do that, but yet he walks alongside me, you know? He goes and destroys walls for his people, and yet he's right beside me. I definitely think that deserves a round of applause. It's very humbling and makes you feel safe to know your God is powerful, but yet he loves someone so insignificant like myself, you know? I'm not a leader of a tribe. I'm just little me, you know? And God cares about you too. You don't have to be some tribe leader or some, you know, group thousands of years ago, you know? He cared about us then, and he cares about us now. And he's powerful, and he does have a wrath, you know? He's an amazing God, and he's our friend, but he also has a wrath. So, you don't really want to get on God's bad side. Just saying. So, a little bit about me and kind of why Jericho and Joshua is one of my favorite stories and one of my favorite people in the Bible is because God had the Israelites' best intentions in mind. He knew that being in slavery was hard and it took a toll on them, and he knew they needed a safe place, and that was the land flowing with milk and honey. And he is just, I just can't get over how powerful he is. It's just amazing that, I mean, this is just one of the stories and one of the miracles that he took down that wall. And I just think that's really amazing. And Joshua's faith just to do it, that some people would have doubts, like, there's no way you can take down this wall. And Joshua didn't. He just had faith and just made it happen. So God is amazing and powerful and present, and strong faith really pays out in the end. Thanks for watching, everybody. Please like, subscribe, comment, do whatever you want to do. And remember, the God who tore down Jericho's wall loves you.